What's up YouTube? KidMoto22 here. And today I want to talk to you about some of the grumblings I've heard and some of the news articles that have been printed about anti-tampering laws, speed limiters, noise pollution, things like this that we could see start to affect the motorcycling industry very soon. So let's get to that right now. Welcome back YouTube, KidMoto22 here. And if you saw in the intro, I want to talk to you guys about what you think about what I've been hearing coming out of the UK and other places about some anti-tampering laws, speed limiters, things like this that we could start seeing affecting motorcycling. So now, while none of these things have reached the United States, one thing we do know for sure, speed limiters in the UK are going into effect in July. Now, they're not going into effect for motorcycles, but they are going into effect for vehicles. So they're going to start to see vehicles' speeds, especially their top speeds, regulated. And this is supposed to, designed to keep people safer, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a little bit of a big brother thing. The other thing is apparently in the next few weeks, the parliamentary government in the UK is also going to be discussing anti-tampering laws, specifically tampering with things like the exhaust or performance enhancements on your motor of your motorcycle. Now, while this may seem something completely far-fetched to happen in the United States, we already know that there are 18 states in the United States that either have noise pollution laws or are working towards noise pollution laws specifically directed at motorcycles. So what happens if we get all of these states on board with these things? And does that mean that the next thing we're going to have is we're going to have laws put into place that say anti-tampering? We can't do performance enhancements to our bike. Can we not replace the brake levers because the stock ones are how it's designed, and if you replace them, they could be more prone to failure and put our lives at danger? I don't know where it begins and where it ends, but we do know that these things are real, and these things are possibly going to be coming out, or you might see these things in your area. I think it's important for us as motorcyclists, and I'm not telling you how you should feel about this, whether you feel that we should have these or shouldn't have these laws. I'm just saying that as motorcyclists, I think it's part of our responsibility to curate our own community, right? To take matters into our own hands. So if we do have these things come up for votes in our communities, that we're at least getting out there and voting and making our voices heard. And no matter how you fall in them, these things are happening. We know that changes are coming, right? We can see it already. We see it with emission standards. We see it with changes in the structures of the engines and water-cooled versus air-cooled. We know that all of these things are out there and it's moving forward. So if we want to curate what we want to happen in this, we are going to have to get out there and make sure that our voices are heard. Again, I'm not telling you what side to pick. I'm just saying we should have a side, we should have a voice, we should be getting out there and making our voices heard in these situations, in these scenarios. Otherwise, we're going to end up being regulated in ways that we feel like we don't have any control over. And to be honest with you, we're at a bit of a disadvantage. There's less motorcycle riders than there are people who ride motorcycles, so they're going to be a larger voting bloc and have a bigger voice. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we talk about why it is that we would modify an exhaust on a motorcycle. Does it make a motorcycle more safe? Is it going to make you more visible? Are there reasons why we might change the hand controls on our bike if that's a modification that might become illegal? I, for one, did change the hand controls on my bike. I put hand controls on my bike that made the hand controls easier to pull, so that my clutch was something that was easier to pull. So if I'm stuck in traffic, I'm not getting arm pump or wrist pump from trying to hold that hydraulic clutch in because it's not adjustable. So things like that, I think, are our responsibility to take a stand. So that's what I have for you guys today. Kind of a short one, but I just wanted to get it out there that some of these things are already happening in other areas where there are a large percentage of motorcycle riders, and things are being regulated in ways that we might not like to see them regulated. So, get out there and do something and make your voice heard if you see that this is coming up in your community. So, like I said, that's what I have for you guys today. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. I'll put a link to another video of mine up over here or over here that you might like. And as always, you guys can subscribe because subscriptions are free. This is Kid Moto. I'm out.